Hi guys, good morning. My name is Shenu. Today I'm going to providing interview questions. So from my last companies, I collected uh, two to 250 questions I collected for freshers and experience. So what type of questions I asked to that experienced candidate and freshers. So I will share. I collected here, and I'm sharing to that interview questions into that my website. So guys, actually, I took my previous company almost 150 to 200 profile as interview. That is that only experienced candidate. That is that for 3 to 10 plus years of experience candidate. I took that interview, and I collected a few questions. What are the major questions into that asking the company? So I collected in that, and I'm going to providing to that interview questions as well as answer also. So guys, I'm going to share into that everything here. So first of all, how we can open my website and how we can check to that interview questions, I will uh, let you know, right? So first of all, come into that browser and you can click to that www.softlearncity.com. This is that my official website. So in that I'm going to providing to that what technology related information also. I'm going to providing online and offline classes for to that freshers and experience, right? So in that I'm going to providing from this is that softwarecity.com. I'm going to providing backend technology, front-end technology, and database, and the cloud also. So this is that my technology, and how we can log in into that website. This is that yeah, I'm going to provide into that username password. If anyone interested, first of all, it will be ask username and password. Then click on login, and it will be not correct user ID and password. So what should I do? Yeah, please give me 1 minute. So I will collect where my user ID and password. Yeah, click here. So will be, yeah, not able to come in username and password. So what we have to do, guys, first of all, there is a username and password is there. If I go back, so I'm going to using the password here, guys. That is saying 1 minute. Yes, it is my username and password. So guys, if anyone interested, please ask me. So I'm going to go after opening this page, go to that my learnings, and this is that my website. This is that my what guys learning stops. So what we have to going to do it here. So guys, here is that all the course I'm going to provide it, and interview questions as well as a what crash courses, right? This is that my website. So first of all, I will go through that interview questions, guys, and interview preparation also. I'm going to providing to that candidate for freshers and experience, right? So first of all, I need to click. There is a Java. Yeah, go to the Java page. Yeah, this is that my interview questions, guys. So I'm going to give into that how that company was asking that interview questions. Could you please provide an introduction about yourself, explain about your current project details and roles and responsibility. I'm going to provide a video also here, guys. So what my experience and how it is going to asking expecting to that interviews. So same as like I'm going to give into that content here, guys. After that, explain about your current project architecture and request and response flow. So I'm going to give in that video also, guys. What I developed to that my project, but to that candidate, previous candidate. So I'm going to provide it to that architecture with explanations also, right? This is that second question, and that first of all, this is the Java, right, guys? So the Java, I'm going to providing almost 100 questions is there, guys. What are the 100 questions? Is you people can check. What is the difference between constructor and method? Second question, what is the purpose of garbage collection in Java and when it is used? So that answer also I'm going to provide it, guys, but this is the data is not copied. You people can read properly and get that inject in your mind, guys. So it will be very helpful for you in interview. And what is the third question? Describe synchronization in respect to multi-threading. So that answer I'm going to provide it. You can check, guys. I'm not able to read into that answers, guys. So you can check it here. And what is I'm going to reading only questions, guys. What is an abstract class? Fifth one, what is the difference between an interface and abstract class? Sixth one, what is the difference way of using thread? And what is seventh question, what is an iterator? Eighth question, what is state in that significance of public private protected default modifier, uh, both single and in a combination, and state the effect of packages relationship on declared items qualified by these modifiers, right? So I'm going to providing answer. And what is static in Java, and what is final class, and what is the main method is declared as a private. What is the static modifier is removed from the signature of that main method. And 13th question, what is what if I write a static public void instead of public static void, right? So that program compile and runs properly. That answer. What and 14th question, what if I do not provide that string array as that argument to that method, right? So what is the 15th question? What is the first argument of the string array in main method? 16th question, if I do not provide any argument on the compilation command line, then that string arrays of main method will be empty or null, right? How can 17th question? How can one prove that the array is not null but empty using one line of code? 18th question, what environment available variable do I need to set on my machine in order to be able to run Java program? 19th question, can I have multiple main method in the same class? 19th question done. 20th question, do I need to import java.lang package any times? Why? Right? And what is the, guys, please give me 1 minute.
Yeah.
So what is the next question, guys? Yeah, 20th, 21. Can I import same package or class twice? Will the JVM load the package twice at a time at runtime? Right. This is the questions, guys. And 22. What are the checked and unchecked exception? What the next question? What is overriding? Next question. Are the import checked for a validity at compile time? Example, will the code containing an import such as java.lang.abcd compiled? Next question. Yeah, primitive data types are passed by reference or passed by values. Next question, object are passed by that value or by reference. 31. 31. Yeah, 31. After that, what, guys? That question is that 32. What is serialization? 33 question. How do I serialize an object to a file? 34. Which methods of serializable interface should I implement? And 35 question. How can I consume the serialization process? Example, how can one have a control over the serialization process. 40 question. What happens to the static fields of a class during the serialization? Next question. Does Java provide any constructor to find out the size of an object? 42 question. What are the wrapper classes? 43 question. Why do we need to wrapper classes? 44. What are checked exceptions? 45. What are runtime exception? 46. What is the difference between error and exception? 47. How to create custom exception? 48. If I want an object of my class to be thrown an exception object, what should I do? What should I do? 49. If my class already extends from some other class, what should I do? If I want an instance of my class to be thrown an exception object. 50 question number. How does an exception permitted parameter through the code? 51. What are the different ways to handle exception? 52. Is it necessary that each try block must be followed by a catch block? 53. If I write return at the end of the try block, will the final block still execute? 54 question. If I write system.exit at the end of the my try block, will the final block will be execute? 55 question. How are observed and observable used? 56. What is synchronization and why is it important? And 57. How does Java handle integer overflow and underflow underflows? 58. Does garbage collection guarantee that a program will not run out of memory? 59. What is the difference between preemptive scheduling and time scaling, time slicing? 60th question. When a thread is created and started, what is the initial state? 61. What is the purpose of finalization? 62. What is the local class? 63. What is the difference between a while statement and do statement? 64. What is the difference between static and non-static variable? 65. How are this method and super method used with the constructor? 66. What is daemon thread and which method is used to create the daemon thread? 67. Can applets communicate with each other? 67. 8. How does a try statement determine which catch clause should be used to handle an exception? 69. Can an unreachable object become uh, reachable again? 70. What method must be implemented by all threads? 71. What are synchronized methods and synchronized statements? 72. What is externalizable? 73. What is modifier are allowed for a methods in an interface? 74. What are some alternatives to interfaces? 77. What does it means that a method or failed is static? 77. What is the difference between preemptive scheduling and time slicing already came this question. And what is catch or declared rules for method declarations? 78 is empty. Java file is a valid source file. 79, can a .java file contain more than one Java classes? 80, is string a primitive data type in Java? 81, is means a keyword in Java? 82, is next keyword in Java? 83, is declared a keyword in Java? 84, is exit a keyword in Java? 85, what happens if you don't initialize an instance variable of any of the primitive types in Java? 87, 86, what will be the initial value of an object reference which is defined as an instance variable? What are the different scope for Java variables? 88, right? What is the default value of that local variable? 89, how many objects are created in the following pieces of code? 90, can a public class my class be defined in a source file named yourclass.java? 91, can main method be declared final? What is hash map and hash map? What is hash map and map? 93, difference between hash map and hash table. 94, difference between vector and array list. 95, difference between string and AWT. 96, what will be the default values of all the elements of an array defined as a instance variable? 97, can an application have multiple classes having main methods? Main method, yeah, this is that almost 90 questions is there guys for that core Java. So who are trying to that freshers, then you should be prepare the almost 97 question, then you will crack. It will be help for freshers as well as experience also, because of if you have a more 0 to 10 plus years of experience, then that interviewer will be asked this kind of core Java questions, right? And there is a core Java what technical program also will be asked, that is including Java 8 and without Java 8. So guys, I already given that questions also, I will show you. But before that, to that what guys who are getting more than 2 plus years of experience, so this is the questions guys, this is that almost 150 questions is there, you should be read it, right? So I'm going to explaining RESTful web service, the HTTP methods. RESTful RESTful service, the HTTP methods, right? That is the get method, post method, put method, and delete method. Yeah, I'm going to explaining only. Read the questions only, guys. You should be read to that answers. Okay. Handling exception in REST APIs using HTTP status code, right? Spring Boot data JPA types. Can we save resume using put? Can we save resource using put method, and difference between put and post method? Seventh question. What logging mechanism you are using in current project? Eighth question. What is testing mechanism you are using in current project? Ninth question. Have you used mocking framework? 10th question. What type of SDLC model you are using in current project? 11th question. What project management tool you are using in current project? 12th question. What project build tool you are using in current project? 13th question. What project repository tool you are using in current project? 14th question, what tool you are using in current project to check code quality? 15th question, have you involved in cloud deployment? 16th question, have you worked with the tools like Docker or Jenkins? 17th question, Java OOPS concept. 18th question, what is JDK and JVM? 19th question, what is string buffer and string builder? 20th question, is string is thread safe? 21 question, what is serialization in Java? 22 question, what is regular expression in Java? 23rd question, collection in Java. 24 question, difference between linked list and set. 25th question, multi-threading in Java. 25th, what is multi-threading in Java? 26th question, what is thread in Java? 27th question, what is multitasking in Java? 28th, what are the Java 8 features? 29th question, exception handling in Java. And 30th question, 1 by 0, what exception in Java? 31 question, how to handle multiple exception? 32 question, extents and implements. What is the difference between extents and implements and where we can use it? 33 question, what is marker interface? 34 question, difference between hash set and linked hash set. 35 question, how many null values accept in list? 36 question, what null values accept in set? 37 question, can we convert set to list? 38, can you write a prime number code? This is the code, guys, right? I'm going to providing to that technical question output coding also, right? So 39 question, input array and output is at 2357, right, for that this program. 40 question, difference between comparable and comparator. 41 question, difference between list and array list. 42 question, I'm going to give into that one of the list, remove to that there is a, I'm going to give in that list Dilip, Prasad, Yogesh and Bala, remove Yogesh from the list. 43 question, start array using Java. 44 question, how to get last index of an array in Java. What is the super keyword in Java? 46, can we define static method in interface? 47 question, difference between overloading and overriding. 48 question, how to delete data from map. 49 question, what is the transaction in Java? 50th question, what are the annotation in Java? 51 question, how to use @auto void in Spring Boot application. 52 question, how to filter employees on basis of salary. 53 question, find all employees whose are male and salary is greater than 10,000 and age is greater than 20, right? So for that I'm going to give in the program using to the Java 8, guys. 54 question, how to get property values of file. 55 questions, microservice, what is microservice? 57 question, what is the difference between application context and bin factory in Spring? 58 question, what is the use of transaction annotation? 59 question, difference between JPA and Hibernate. 60 question number, how does Hibernate work in Java? 61 question, what is JPA? 62 question, what is Swagger in Spring Boot? 63, how does AOP work in Spring? 64 question, how to implement transaction in Spring Boot? And 65 question, what is the difference between request param and path variable? 67 to 66 question, how to use RESTful services in Spring Boot, right? 67 question, what is Spring Data JPA? 68 question, difference between REST and a SOAP API, REST API and SOAP API. 69 question, what are the annotation in Spring Boot? Sorry, what are the annotation in Spring? And next question, what is the Spring Boot and it is advantage? What is Spring Boot and it is advantage? And what is the 71 question? What is the use of the synchronized keyword? 72 question, how does garbage collection work in Java? 73 question, how do you handle exception in Java? Yeah, so I'm going to remove to this right mark and move my page. 74 question, right? What is the use of that finally block? What is prepare statement and callable statement? What is JDBC connection? What is Spring Data JPA? This is the Spring Data. 78 question, what is the difference between stack and heap memory? 78 question, memory allocation functionality in Java. 80 question, difference between hash map and hash set, right? 81, question number 81. What are collections? 82, string reverse code. Can you write a string reverse program code? 83, what are the annotation you have used in Spring Boot? 84, explain basic Spring MVC architecture from the string starting to ending database. What are the OOPS concept in Java? 86 question, what is handler mapping? 87, right? Question number 87. This should cover the questions with their corresponding answer formatted, right? What is OAuth in microservice? What is Spring Data? 89. What is Spring Security? 90. How to implement JWT authentication in Spring Boot? 91. What is JPA in Spring Boot? 91 completed. 92 question number. How to implement code operation in Spring Boot? What is Spring Batch? What is Spring Integration? 95. How to implement messaging in Spring Boot? 96. What is Webflux? 97 question number. How to handle concurrency in Spring Boot? What is Spring Testing? 99. How to implement validation in Spring Boot? 100. What is Spring Cloud Slate? 101. What is Spring Boot Actuator? 102. What is Spring Boot Admin? 93. Sorry, 103. What is Spring Cloud Config Server? What is Spring Cloud Netflix. How to handle transaction in Spring Boot. 106 question. What is Spring Boot command line runners? 107 question. What is the Spring Boot application listener? 108 question. How to implement a internalizations in Spring Boot? 109 question number. What is Spring Boot data? MongoDB. How to implement JWT authorization in Spring Boot? Triple one question. What is Spring Boot data? Redis. 112 question number. How to implement a WebSocket in Spring Boot? 113 question. What is Spring Web MVC? 114 question. What is Spring Boot data JPA? Next, 115 question. How to implement batch processing in Spring Boot? Next question, guys. 116. What is Spring Boot time leaf? 117 question. How to implement file downloading in Spring Boot? 118 question. What is Spring Boot Hibernate? 119 question. How to implement logging in Spring Boot? 120 question. What is Spring Boot dev tool? Right. So this is that question number 121. Next. What is Spring Boot security? How to implement a course in Spring Boot? And what is Spring Boot test? 124 question. How to implement a async in Spring Boot? 125. What is Spring Boot command line runner in Java? How to send a email in Spring Boot? Question number 127. What is Spring Boot data? This question is repeated. How to implement paginations in Spring Boot? What is Spring Boot actuator in Java? How to implement logging in Spring Boot application? Guys, this is the what, guys? It will be asked question freshers and experience. 7+ years of experience. This kind of question it will be asked, guys. Right? You should be read properly and get that, guys. Because of I read it only questions, so you should be read to that questions along with answer also, guys. Okay. And there is a almost 20 question is there, guys. There is a these questions will be asked project manager or project architecture, right? 20 scenario based questions and answers is there, guys. If people can read it, I'm going to read to that only questions. You should be read to that question and answer. Okay. Scalability and performance. How we can scalable your application and performance. Next question. See, guys, that question, scalability and performance, the question it will become, how would you handle that significant increase in user interface during that peak hours in that banking application, right? You should be tell that answer this. Fault tolerance and resilience. So describe a strategy to recover from that complete failure of a critical microservice in the banking application, right? And that next question, deployment strategy. How would you manage the deployment of microservice updates without affecting the organizing transaction in the banking application? Okay, this is that very important questions, guys. question for monitoring and alerts. Explain importance of real-time monitoring and altering in managing the performance and availability of the banking application. And next question, that complaints and security. How would you ensure data security and compliance with regulatory standards like GDRP or PCI or DSS in the banking application? I will explain you later this. Next question, microservice communications, guys. This is that very important. Compare the advantage of synchronous RESTful APIs versus asynchronous messaging queues. Communication between microservice in the banking application. Seventh question, database design. How would you design the database schema to handle concurrent transaction and ensure data consistency in banking application? Next question, event-driven architecture. Explain how event-driven architecture would benefit real-time transaction processing in the banking application, right? Ninth question, service discovery and load balancing. Discuss the roles of service discovery and load balancing in achieving high availability and fault tolerance in the banking application. Sorry. Next question, API gateway. How does an API gateway contribute to security, scalability, and management of APIs in banking application? Next question, guys. 11th, deployment and integration questions. Continuous integration and continuous deployment. Describe that CI/CD pipeline setup you would recommended for automating that deployment of microservice in the banking application. 12th question, how would you leverage Docker containers and Kubernetes orchestrations for that deploying and managing microservice in the banking application? 13th question, data consistency and transaction management. Explain how would you ensure data consistency across a distributed transaction in the banking application? 14th question, versioning and compatibility. Discuss that strategy you would employ to manage API versioning and ensure the backward compatibility with in the banking application. 15th question, performance optimization. How would you optimize the performance of database queries and ensure efficiency data retrieval in the banking application? Security based practices. What some best practice for securing APIs and preventing authorized access in the banking applications? I think almost completed, guys. Yeah, there is a 17th question. Resilient design pattern. Discuss resilient design pattern like a circuit breaker and a retry mechanism and their relevance in the banking application. Next question, loading and monitoring. How would you implement centralizing logging and monitoring for microservice in the banking application? 19th question, cross-functional collaborations, functional collaboration. Explain the importance of cross-functionalities collaboration between the development, operation, and security terms in ensuring that the success of the banking project. Next question. Scaling strategies. How would you plan for horizontal scaling of microservice in response to growing demand in the banking application? Guys who are working onto that banking application, then this kind of question they must and should will be asked, and this question should be asked by to that project manager or project architecture. Guys, there is a one of the architecture team providing for to that every project, so that project when we are going to get into it as a final round means that interview will be interviewer will be scheduled in that rounds of interviews. That is that what guys, L1 L2, and there is a what guys project manager also will take to that one of the round, or project architecture will take to that one of the round, guys. So he will ask this kind of questions, so you should be prepared to these questions, guys, right? So this is that very 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 important for to that as a 2 to 7+ years of experience candidate can read this question and you can practice every day, then you 100% you will get what are the failure scenario is there, that all the failure related question till now what you are going to face into that questions for that searching that answer. So I'm going to provide into that each and everything here. So guys, you should be prepared properly and you can practice every day, and you can what guys attend to that interview, and what we are going to failure, so that question you can note it and you can what guys find out that answer here, and you can be ready for to that next interview, right guys. So this is that my previous company almost I took that 200 profile for to that L1 and L2, so I collected these questions, guys. So and I'm given to that answer also, you can properly prepare and you can answer to them, right? So this is the question. So what are the advanced Java, guys? This is the fresher, so there is a advanced Java questions also is available here, so you people can check, right? See, this is the advanced Java also I'm going to provide it, so you people can prepare here also, guys, for freshers, right? And that spring, that spring can be, this question can be expecting interview freshers and experienced guys. That experience also you can prepare this kind these questions, guys. This is that very helpful for your in your interviewers, so you can prepare it, guys. Almost it is this many questions available for to that spring. And what are the next questions is there, guys? Spring Boot and microservices. Yes, Spring Boot and microservice also I'm going to provide that interview questions. You people can check almost how many questions available into that. Yeah, 47 questions is there, guys. You can prepare that all the questions. So I'm going to read that only question in regard to that Spring and Spring Boot. Then you can read that answer, guys, here, right? It will be take almost 15 to 20 minutes for reading that question. If people can be careful to listen here, guys. Yeah. Okay. So that what is first the Spring Basic, Spring Boot, and microservice interview questions. What is Spring Boot, and how does Spring Boot different from Spring? And third question, what are the advantage of Spring Boot? Right, this is the three question. This is the question it will be asked, guys. This is that very very important for freshers or experience. Fourth question, what are the feature of Spring Boot? Next, fifth question, what are the key component of Spring Boot? What are the next sixth question, what are the some important Spring Boot annotations? Right, I'm going to give in that very clear answer, guys, here, so you should be prepared properly, right? Seventh question, what is Spring Initializer and steps to create a Spring project using Spring Initializer, right? So next eighth question, what are the properties of Spring Boot? Application properties, Spring data source, URL, server, port. Yeah. And how to disable a specific auto configuration? Yeah, you should be tell this is the annotation. How does Spring Boot work? right? You can read it, guys. 11th question, what is time leaf? Next question, what are some commonly used Spring Boot starters? 12th question, how to use time leaf? Guys, this is that in interview definitely ask this kind of questions, guys. Right? You should be prepared properly. 14th question, how does that Spring Boot application annotation work internally? What are the for 15th question? What is the controller annotation? 16th question. What is the key? What are the key dependencies in Spring Boot? 17th question. What is the difference between controller and rest controller? 18th question. What is Spring Actuator? 19th question. Oh, how to enable Actuator in Spring Boot application? 19th next. 20th question. How to change the default port in the Spring Boot? Port number, how we can change? Next question, 21st question. What is the use of Spring Boot DevTools? 22 question. How to enable DevTools in Spring Boot? 23rd question. How to enable scheduling in Spring Boot application? 24th question next. What is Spring Cloud? What is Spring Cloud? 25th. What is microservice architecture? 26th. What are the advantages of microservices? 27. What is distributed system? 29. What is the roles of Spring Boot application? Spring Boot microservice application. 29 question, right? What is Netflix Eureka? 30th question. What is the role of Zool in microservices? 31 question. What is load balancing? 32 question. How to enable the Eureka client? 33. How does communication happen between microservices? 34 question. What is Spring Cloud config? 35 question. How to implement service discovery? Right. What is the next question, guys? 36. 36th question. What is history? 37. What are the API gateway? 38. What are the FIN client? 39. What is the use of Zool? 40. What is the service registry? 41. What is the use of the enabled discovery client? 42. What is ribbon? 43. What is circuit breaker in microservice? 44. How to implement the circuit breaker pattern? Yeah, this is a question available in Spring Boot microservices, guys. Right. So, guys, almost how many questions is there in Spring Boot Spring Boot and microservices? So you should be read it. Yeah, there is a few more questions. What are the common challenges with microservices, and what are the best practice for a designing microservices? Right. So you should be prepared this all the questions, guys. Definitely, this is a very important for to the freshers and experience. You without fail, you should be prepared, guys. So if you want to require to that username and password, so please ping me. So I will provide, please ping me to that message in WhatsApp, or you can call to me. Then I will provide to my what guys username and password, so you can read it. And there is, I'm going to provide into that what guys Java 8 also. Java 8 also I'm going to provide it guys. Almost there is a Java notes also is there, and that technical questions also without Java and with Java how we can write a technical program. So that is also I'm going to provide it guys. If people can check, I think I'm going to provide it only questions here. Yeah, see here guys. I'm going to provide it that Java 8 questions answers. You people can check here interview questions. So this is that what guys, almost how many questions is there, you people can check. 12 question is there, that 12 question without using Java, without you by using stream APIs and without using streams guys. See here guys, what are the questions is there. Print all even number from given list by using string functions, right? So this is that Java 8, and this is that without Java guys. So I'm asking, this is the question I'm asking my previous company. So you should be prepared well, and you can practice, and you get that real skills guys. Otherwise you will fail into that interviews. And I'm going to provide into that all the Java 8 questions, guys, and notes also I'm provided here. So if you want to request, so please ping me message. I will provide you, right? So this is that interview questions, guys, and yeah, that's all, guys. So I will explain next concept that questions along with that answer. So if anyone required, so please ping me, and I'm going to provide it what guys, only interview preparation. I'm going to providing only interview preparations guys. So if anyone trying to preparing to that interviews, so I'm going to providing to that interview preparation also guys. So you can join here and you can prepare, right? So there is a interview preparations also is there guys, right? So interview preparations also I'm going to doing here guys. So if anyone interested, please let me know, right? So I will prepare you guys. Microservices interview questions, download certificate also is there guys. How we can download the certificate, I will show you. And there is a what guys, this is the technology I'm going to providing. Thank you so much guys. We will see for to that next videos.